Welcome to Jump In, the social media podcast from iJump. Find out more about us at ijump.co.nz. Believe it or not, it seems that nobody wants this book. It's called Join the Conversation. It explains the new world of marketing, which is all about conversation, dialogue, engagement, all that sort of stuff. It's a pretty sizable book, and it's by a recognised expert in the field. But we haven't had any entries yet for our for our video comment competition. So if you would like to get your hands on this book, I really encourage you to get out a webcam, cell phone, your still camera that sometimes takes videos, digital cameras. What else? You could get a camcorder if you really like, but basically it's just a bit of an experiment. We want to see more than just the people that we're interviewing on the show. We want to get people fluid in the idea of using video. So sorry for shaking you around, but it's a pretty exciting idea. So anyway, we would love to have your video comments. Just record something and send it to simon@ijump.co.nz. If it's a big file, that's okay. There's a service that you can use called drop.io. It's really, really simple to use, and it's really nice and easy to use. So, that over and done with. Why am I standing in front of an Idealog poster? Well, that's because there's an article in this latest issue of Idealog with the artist Sophia Minson on the front. At the top, you'll see how Generation C is changing business. And that is the subject of our article, Changes, which is by myself and today's guest, Jake Pearce. Jake Pearce is one of the world experts in the subject of Generation C. You want to find out more about that, you can look them up on Wikipedia, Generation C on Wikipedia, or go to Jake Pearce's Gen C Centre, which is pretty much a conglomeration of everything ever written or thought about Generation C that's out there on the internet, as well as some of his expert take on it. But today we're not talking about Generation C, we're talking about blogging, social networking and Twittering, and just from his point of view, how does he use them? And how does he see them fitting into the future of marketing? So some really good stuff. And looking forward to your comments. Got a great text comment from Mark in Sydney last week, just saying that he started to feel thirsty when he saw Jake having a sip of beer in last week's episode. So there's more to come in this one. So enjoy, and we'll catch you next week. Bye. What are some of the challenges that you've come across blogging? Technical challenges or time management challenges or communications?
Not so much blogging, just the challenges in getting my website up and running, which I'm sure everybody has, the kind of fact that you don't know what you don't know, and web designers are, by their very nature, artistic scientists, so that means they have elastic timelines depending on what else they're doing. So, it's just that. But in terms of it being technically difficult, no, it's easier than keeping a diary. At least I can read what I've actually wrote. So, that's sort of easy.
Yeah. And you're quite a keen photographer as well.
I love photography, yeah. But I'm a lazy photographer, Simon. I'm a really lazy photographer. So this as a means of... I won all these awards for photography, and I really... I won quite a lot of money and all sorts of stuff, and I sort of really got very lazy with it. When I went skiing once, I smashed up this really nice camera that I had for years.
Yeah.
And so this for me now is just a really lovely way of capturing those little incidental details which set you off thinking about something.
Like a picture
of Marie behind the camera, and the contrast between... See, I'm looking at this and looking at this Christmas tree going, I'm sure you could correlate and segment hotels on the basis of the colour of the Christmas decorations. So golden brown ones are upmarket and red garish ones are probably downmarket. And it's that kind of thing that just, that's obviously completely useless really, but it's the kind of thing like if I'm walking past a movie palace, I've always thought be really cool to do a segmentation of people on the basis of movie likes and dislikes, which I know Facebook is kind of doing, but I remember writing about that 10 years ago. And so, yeah, just it's a nice way to capture the thoughts that otherwise die.
Good stuff, good stuff. It's early days yet for your blog, but have you noticed it as a marketing tool, or have you had any feedback on what it does?
Yes, I have. I get people who I don't expect saying to me things like, I read that on your blog, but they don't leave any imprint. And then I get clients and other people saying, I went to your site and I had a look at the pictures of your holiday, and I didn't know that they had been to my site. So I just think what happens when you're starting things out is people know you and they pop along and sniff it out. And ultimately, it's probably more interest to people who don't know you, frankly, because the people who know you, basically, what are they going to learn that they don't get from you from dinner? I mean,
You think? Well, I think
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I tend to think that people would say perhaps things in writing where they've got the space, or they've got the space to sort of deliberate, that doesn't necessarily come out, I guess, over dinner.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I suppose it's more in the sense of the superficial level of question about what have you been up to lately.
Right.
Is
actually, yeah, that's the thing with Facebook. You know what the person's been up to. So what do you talk about? Crappy weather we've been having.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So on that level, I can't imagine why people who know me would want to go there on that basis. But the thing I absolutely love about it is this ability to be able to find people that you haven't found for years. May I give you an example of that? Sure. That's when it really puts a smile on my face. I think I told you, somebody turned up on my Facebook, a guy with a huge pat and crook, who's a Church of England guy, and there's another picture on him on Facebook looking very cool in New York. And in the commentary between us, he basically said, "Who says priests can't be cool?" Because he's quite senior in the Church of England. And I thought that was really nice, because I haven't spoken to this guy since I was 12. And he found me on that.
Yeah.
And I think in that sense that I feel really privileged we live in a world where we can do that now, because I'm very gregarious, and while I try and keep up my communication, I struggle. Because a lot of the communication I enjoy is just simply being with people, and you can't do that from 10,000 miles away when a lot of your friends are in Europe. So I love that. I love the simplicity of Facebook. I love Second Life. I've spent quite a lot of time in Second Life now, and I just think it's totally mad. And I adore it. And I can see it atomizing into... it's already happening. In Second Life, you've got the French area, this area. I can see it'll end up being, Japanese people into knitting.com, Second Life. It'll end up differentiating into hundreds of thousands of Second Life groups, which then I think will come from being offline into being online. I literally think that I think after Generation C, we'll see everything goes in waves, right? Everything goes in cycles. So I think after Generation C, we're going to see the next generation rebelling against digital media, and there'll be a stampede towards the real world again. Because, hey, how do you rebel against your parents? You spend it by not being on the computer all day and going to a club. So I think that a lot of the survivors of this will go through and end up becoming real brands in the real world that specialise in catalysing facilitation. I'm not sure what that's got to do with anything really, but
that's cool.
That's what half the Bex does do after a long day. So if I boiled it down, Facebook is about connection. Twittering is about curiosity. MySpace is about entertainment. This is just for me. And blogging is about capturing my life for myself predominantly, and anyone who's interested.
Excellent. That's great. Well, while he writes that down, I'd just like to say stay tuned, and thanks very much, Jake, for your time today.
Not at all. Thank you.
Cool.
Bye.
Okay, thanks to Jake Pearce for being on the show. Next week we've got somebody who's apparently very well respected in the whole area of online stuff. It's me. It's my presentation to the Internet Bureau event recently about podcasting, including Jump In. So looking forward to that one. In the meantime, this is me, Simon Young from iJump, saying thanks and have a great week. Thanks for watching Jump In. For more information on iJump services, visit our website www.ijump.co.nz.